what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gracie. If you are new here, hi. I have not sat down and filmed a video like this in forever, so this feels weird to me. But I needed to get back on my YouTube grind, get things going again, get the ball rolling again. The last video that I posted was a vlog from the last day of my DCP. So that's the last video that I posted, so I needed to get something up again. And so I decided to continue the Disney trend, keep Disney World and my DCP alive. So today I'm going to be filming a juicy DCP Q&A video for you guys. I asked you guys on my Gracie Gets Goofy Instagram account, so that's my like Disney Insta. I asked you guys to submit some juicier Disney questions, so you guys really came through. There are literally a ton of questions for me to answer. Before I get started in this video, I wanted to say that I'm hoping that my video quality is going to get like 10 billion times better because I finally purchased myself a MacBook Pro. I have had a Windows like Dell computer for the longest time, and if you're a YouTuber, you know that like it's just not the best for YouTube, and it's just hard to edit videos on there, and I didn't really like the editing software I was using. But I have purchased a MacBook Pro with my very own money, and I did download Final Cut Pro on it. If you don't really know anything about YouTube, just know it's a lot better editing software than I was using in the past. I'm hoping that the quality of my videos is about to get a lot better. I'm feeling a lot more inspired now that I have good tech to work with. Anyways, let's just get right into this Q&A. So the first question is, how long were your shifts? So that pretty much varied, but it varied a couple days, but I would say for the most part, consistently my shifts were 6 hours long. So I would either go in at 10 and leave at 8, 3, leave at 9, 4, leave at 10, etc., etc. And I never had morning shifts. I always worked in the afternoons until like nighttime. A couple days you would have like an 8 hour shift or a 10-hour shift, but not regularly. And I was custodial in Animal Kingdom, if you guys were wondering. So yeah, that was pretty much how long my shifts were. They, like I said, it varied. The next question is, what was something that happened that or was required of you that you weren't expecting? I wouldn't say that anything that was required of me was kind of like out of the question and that I wasn't really expecting, because I'd done a lot of research on my role and kind of knew like what I was in for. I would say this kind of isn't like anything bad, but I actually had a celebrity encounter. That's a fun memory that I can talk about right now. On my literally my first day of training, like my first day working in Animal Kingdom, first day doing custodial, my first day of training, I saw the Kardashians, which is literally insane that like I can say that I saw like a celebrity on my DCP. But yeah, we were training and we were just in Animal Kingdom because we're custodial. We were just kind of like waiting to see some trash fall. As we were just watching everyone, I see Kourtney and Kris Kardashian walking by with a VIP tour guide, and it was literally insane. I started like freaking out. I'm not even like a huge like Kardashians fan, but you know, seeing a celebrity, that's like pretty cool. So that's really like the coolest thing that happened, or something that I wasn't expecting to happen, let alone on my very first day of work. The next question is, what kind of strict rules did Disney have for their employees? I wouldn't say that Disney is like super outrageous or like super strict towards their employees. There's this thing called Disney Look that you have to follow if you're going to be a cast member at any of the Disney parks. What that kind of entails is like you can't have any tattoos showing, you can't have any piercings, and I have my nose pierced. It's out right now because I took it out for Disney and now it's kind of like messing with my skin. But you can't have any piercings, any tattoos, any crazy hair color. Your hair has to be a natural color. And I wouldn't say that's like outrageous, but you know, a lot of people do have a problem with it because, you know, you're supposed to be able to like express yourself and be able to like wear and look however you want. But it is Disney and they want it to be a kid-friendly environment, so they just kind of want all of their employees to look the same in that regard. That's like not super strict, and if you're wanting to work for the Disney company, then you're just kind of willing to follow those rules. Like I was completely okay with taking my nose piercing out because I wanted to work for Disney more than I wanted to have my nose pierced. The next question is, did you ever get tired of the program? And the answer to that is yes and no. I would say there's times where you're really tired of working, especially like sometimes you'll have weeks where you have like 7 days in a row that you're working, and like you just how it like the schedule falls, that's just kind of what will happen sometimes. And during those 7 days, you're going to get tired of your job. Like, you're going to get tired getting up and going to work every day and being there for so long. But also, like, I loved my job and I loved being at Disney, and it just kind of was worth it for me. So I didn't really mind working, and on top of that, you're making money, so it's kind of like a win-win situation. I did get tired of working a couple times, but as soon as you're able to go to the parks that next time, you like completely forget that you even worked for 7 days straight. Some people get tired of it because they miss their family, and of course I missed my family and all, but I was never just like willing to quit because of that. So I would say yes and no, because I was tired of working sometimes, but the benefits of being in Disney World just kind of like made me forget that I was tired of it. The next question is, how were you treated by other people having the custodial role? I loved all of my coworkers. I have a couple that I like especially loved. I made some of my best friends on the DCP at my job. I really liked the people that I worked with. I feel like I'm kind of biased, but DAC custodial like is just the best. Like, the supervisors and leaders, they're all just like great. Like, I loved every single person I worked with, and every single person that like led me each day. Like, each one of my supervisors were just awesome, and I really never had a problem with any of them. I loved them all equally. Everyone in custodial especially is super willing to help because you have a very independent role, so you can just kind of walk around and do as you please. A lot of your coordinators will allow you to like work with one of your coworkers. So like, me and Daniel would do trash runs together, or me and Haley would do trash runs together. It's going to be as fun as you make it, because if you're not willing to be friends with your coworkers, then you're probably not going to have a good time. But thankfully, I had some of the best friends on my DCP that I worked with, so it all worked out for me. The next question is, did you know who your roommates were before you checked in, and how did you like your roommates? I did not know all of my roommates before I checked in, but I had already linked with one person, Hannah. I'll put a picture in here. Miss you, Hannah. I'm actually moving to an hour away from she lives in the fall to go to school, so see you soon, Hannah. Though I did not know my other roommates, me and Hannah talked a lot before we went to Disney, but my other 3 roommates I did not know before I checked in. They were pretty much random because you're only allowed to link with one person. So Grace, AJ, and Rachel were my other 3 roommates, and I loved them. I got super lucky with my roommate situation, because some people have random roommates and they hate their roommates, but we were all actually pretty good friends. We went to the park together a bunch. They were pretty much the main people that I hung out with during my program. So yeah, I had a great roommate situation, and I love and miss you all. We all kind of live all over. Hannah lives the closest to me. She lives in Alabama and I live in Georgia. But Grace lives in New York, Rachel lives in Kentucky, and AJ lives in Utah. So we're kind of just all like spread out all over, but I love them and I plan to visit them soon. Next is, which housing complex sucks the most and why? So with this question, I honestly can't really give a great answer. I lived in the Commons, which I loved. It's described as like one of the pricier ones, but they're all pretty much the same price. I'm pretty sure Vista Way is the cheapest, but they all are pretty much the same. The Commons comes with a washer and dryer in your apartment, which is something that we really enjoyed, so we didn't have to go to a separate building to do our laundry. It was in our apartment, so that was really nice. I think like the stereotypical like bad housing complex that always gets a bad rap is Vista Way, but I never went inside to any of the other complexes. But I did go on the outside of all of them, and they all seem pretty fine. And from like, I had like my friend KJ, she lived in Vista and she really liked it. So I guess it just kind of depends on the person. And I will say the Commons is probably the best because of the washer and dryer situation, but they're all pretty much the same. You live with the same amount of people. It all just kind of depends. The next question is there a lot of hooking up in Disney housing? Ooh, juicy question. Honestly, I don't know. So I am not really involved in hookup culture at all, or like party culture at all. Like, I cannot really speak towards that because I literally just have no idea. I just didn't really have friends that are in those crowds either. Like, I don't know, we all just kind of, like my friend group, we pretty much all just kind of went to work and went to the parks, and that's about it. Everything was very innocent. I know that it does happen because I was custodial, as I said, and I did know of some of it going on between like my coworkers. Wow, I did not think I was gonna expose this, but yeah, I did know of some of it going on between like my coworkers, but like I said, I was never really involved in that. But you know, some people are, and I know that it definitely does happen. So if that's your thing, then that is a thing. That is a thing at the DCP, but not for me. So I can't really speak on that, but yeah. The next question is it hard to save money on your program? That answer is a big fat yes. It is definitely difficult to save money on your program because you honestly don't really get paid that much, and pretty much like half of your weekly paycheck goes towards your rent each week, and then the rest of it you're pretty much spending at the parks. So I would say it's pretty difficult to save money. I would come into your program with money saved if you're wanting to save money, because what you earn you pretty much spend because you are in Disney World. And if you're going to the parks and want to live, I don't know, want to have fun in the parks and buy stuff and eat in the parks, then your paychecks are pretty much going to be blown on that. So just kind of be frugal with your money if that's what you're wanting, but I personally wasn't. I just kind of spent my paychecks because I didn't come in with the mindset to save. I just wanted to have fun on my DCP and spend my money in Disney and have a great Disney World experience. So that's what I did. The next question is, what kind of discounts do you get as a cast member? I don't exactly remember the exact discounts that I received, but you do receive pretty large discounts on most things. So some restaurants you get discounts at, and a lot of sit-down restaurants you will get discounts, but you don't really get discounts at quick service places in the parks. You did get, I remember I got a discount at Restaurantosaurus and Flame Tree and Animal Kingdom. So whenever we were in Animal Kingdom and wanted to eat, we would make sure we went to those places because we got discounts there. You do get merchandise discounts. I'm pretty sure when I first started, we still had the Christmas discount going on. So we would get 40% off on all merchandise, which is literally an insane discount. Like, I pretty much bought all of the souvenirs and like merchandise that I wanted at the beginning of my program so that I had that 40% off discount. The next question is, were there any parties? So this kind of goes along with the hookup culture question. Like I said, I literally did not go to a single party at all, ever. I just wasn't really involved in that crowd. I don't know if there was any like CP housing parties, like parties that went on at DCP housing. But I do know a lot of people will go to Senor Frogs, is that how you say it? Senor Frogs, and what's that other place called? Jelly Rolls. Jelly Rolls is one that a lot of people go to, and I had a friend that he used to go. I mean, if you're 21 and up, you're free to go. Like, you can go to these places, these bars, and party. I know a lot of CPs do go, but I never went. So if that's what you're looking for, then there's definitely places that CPs go, and a lot of places do like CP discounts, but like I said, not for me. Ooh, this next question is honestly a really good question. Might be kind of TMI, but it's, what do you do on your period with the custodial costume since the costume is all white? This is a great question. Y'all really came through with these juicier kind of questions. That's something that I didn't really struggle with, but I know some other people did. Just because you're custodial and your costume is white, make sure that you're prepared at all times. Like, I kept a tampon and a pad in my bag at all times just in case anything were to happen, because it's gonna be super embarrassing if you're walking around with like blood on your pants. Like, that's just awkward, and I didn't want to go through that, so I was always prepared. And you want to be extra prepared. Like, if you just wear a tampon, I would probably wear a pad with your costume just in case nothing happens. But yeah, just as long as you're being like super prepared, you'll be fine. It's the same thing like when you wear white pants on your period. You have to just make sure that you're extra prepared. The next question is, what's the worst thing you ever had to do as a custodial cast member? So this is probably like my second or third week of my program. And as a custodial, I mean, you're cleaning up throw up, you're cleaning up any like human feces, all that junk. Like, you're cleaning all that up. That's your job, which obviously is not the most glamorous part of being a custodial, but it's still fun, and like, you get used to it. It's honestly not as bad as it sounds. But the worst thing I ever had to do was a code H, which stands for human feces. One day I was working in Dinoland in Animal Kingdom, and I get a call from my coordinator. You have like a work phone, so you always had a phone, and like your coordinator and coworkers would call you like all day during a shift. It's just a part of it. So I get a call from my coordinator, and he's like, hey, can you go help out, I don't remember who it was, can you go help out this girl in the Restaurantosaurus restroom? She has a code H. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't really know what I was expecting. And I walked into the restroom, and there's code H all over the ground, all over the walls, all over everything. It was literally everywhere. and we had to clean it up. We had to get on our hands and knees, get the correct chemicals, and clean that up. And it took like 4 of us to do it. After I got there, I ended up calling my coordinator back. It was Sterling. I don't think you're watching this, Sterling, but if you are, I wonder if you remember this. But I had to call Sterling and I was like, yo, we need some more help. This is bad. And so a couple other coordinators came. Betty Jean was there. She's awesome. Amanda, you're awesome. And we cleaned that code H up. A lady had just had like an accident. And I mean, sometimes you can't help it. And like, obviously we were not like blaming anyone at all, but it obviously sucked that we had to clean it up. And she felt really bad, but yeah, we cleaned that up and it took a long time because when I say it was everywhere, it was literally everywhere. But yeah, that's definitely the worst thing I ever had to do. And I cleaned up tons of code V's, which is vomit. But honestly, once you get that first one done and you've had your first code V, it's literally like nothing. Like, you'll be able to do it easily. And I hate throw up and I hate cleaning, and like, I hate cleaning. And I had so much fun as a custodial. So if you're worried about being a custodial, don't sweat it. It's literally so much fun. You're gonna love it. The next question is, what is dating like on the DCP? Ooh. So, I feel like the dating scene is pretty, I don't know, everyone kind of dates each other. And from what I've seen, I feel like a lot of people that I worked with had like CP boyfriends or girlfriends. I had my foot into the dating scene of the DCP. I was kind of talking to a guy the whole time I was there. It didn't really work out, but that happens. I mean, we live in different states and stuff. Yeah, I did kind of have my foot in that dating door, but nothing was ever like serious. But I know a lot of people that still are dating their boyfriend or girlfriend that they met on their DCP. So it's definitely plausible and it definitely happens. And yeah, maybe you'll find the one on your DCP, who knows? The last question I'm going to answer is, did you get to go to church somewhere on your program? And the answer is yes, I did go to church pretty much every Sunday. For the first couple weeks, me and my roommate didn't go, just because we were getting the hang of things and trying to like figure out what our work schedule was going to be like. But pretty much every Sunday after we started going, me and my roommate went together to Elevation Church Orlando, and it was really awesome. I really recommend going there if you are wanting to go to a church. Yeah, I had a great time. Something I really wanted during my DCP experience was to be able to continue to go to church, because church was such a big part of my life. So I did just that, and I continued to go to church, and it was really awesome. And I recommend going to church if it fits into your work schedule. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot even explain to you how grateful I am for the growth I experienced on my channel during my DCP. I can't thank you guys enough for that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be filming from now on. Expect more Disney videos, some just normal at-home vlogs. Let me know what you guys want to see. And I am going back off to school in the fall. I'll be going to a ministry school in Birmingham, Alabama. So look forward to those videos. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye!